Hey folks, this is Kyle Keogh, and I have some training footage for you from my Deload week, which I am almost finished with. You're going to see a little bit of benching. You are going to see a little bit of squatting. I really haven't done too much training this week. I've mostly just been resting and recovering from a very productive but also a very tiring first training cycle. This is the end of my bench pressing off of a 1 to a 1.5 to a 2 or something like that board. But this is the very end of my limited range of motion benching. Ended up doing 255 for 5 sets of 10. You're seeing the first 2 sets of that. I did this earlier this week. Then progressed down to benching off the chest later in the week, and you'll see a couple of sets of that. These felt okay. I can tell that my strength off my chest is going to be a weakness for a while because I've done essentially only limited range of motion work for the last 5 weeks. And so that's going to be an issue, but my pec is constantly feeling better and it's not bothering me during training. And even though I know it has a little ways to go, I just feel very encouraged that I can continue to make progress on my recovery. And once I'm fully recovered, hopefully make some good progress with my bench strength. Ended up doing a little bit of squatting. I did 60 total bar lifts for the week, so that was only 60% of what I did the following week, or the previous week rather, and that total volume was also accompanied by an intensity drop of 10%, and so instead of doing 320, I did 285 for 3 sets of 10, and you're seeing those, or at least 2 of those sets here. Those felt pretty good, not spectacular, but certainly not bad either. Felt like my bar speed with 285 was good. I mean, it's right where it should be. It looks pretty good, and it felt pretty fast. And then after that, I did 3 sets of 10 to add up my 60 bar lifts for the week with a double pause squat. I am returning to those at least early on in this second training cycle, and I will be pushing the progression with those even further. Did 225 for 3 sets of 10, and that felt really easy. I do have to focus on a slightly lower pause point. What I'm doing is coming out of the hole, I'm getting a little too excited and pausing a little too high because I'm thinking so much about bar speed, but these felt really good and really easy, and that was a big improvement over where I was with these even just a few weeks ago when I was doing them. 225 did not move this well at all, so I'm really happy about that because I remember having to do somewhere in the range of 225, 235, and then I think I got up all the way to 250 and felt like I was going to keel over when I was doing 250 for sets of 10. These, by comparison, I felt like I could really blow through them very fast, especially coming out of my sticking point. Felt like I was getting really good bar speed. So really happy about those two. The double paused beltless squats in particular felt really good, and we'll be enjoying pushing those next training cycle. For my squatting, I'm going to run one long block, I believe, and the progression in terms of reps per set will go simply from 10 to 7, and so for this next training cycle, to put it very simply, I'll be working at a very similar volume from what I was working at my first training cycle, but the intensity will go up, and the sets will go from 10 rep sets to 7 rep sets. And after that training cycle, I will decide from there whether I want to continue that block or if I want to take a step back with the intensity, or if I want to push forward and peak before I do another block. I'll decide from there, but my thinking is I'll run one big long block and slowly reduce training volume and slowly increase training intensity as I go. Finally got back to benching off my chest. Haven't done this in a while, and this felt okay. Strength didn't feel too bad, especially warming up. It moved pretty well, but once I got here, I just felt like I was kind of out of control, and felt like I hadn't done this in, I guess, 5 or 6 weeks, which is about how long it's been. So felt a little out of control. Felt like my eccentric speed was too fast. Felt like I was losing tightness. Felt like a lot of things were wrong. Felt like my groove was off. But those are things that hopefully I will be able to fix in the coming weeks. That is my goal, certainly, to become a more efficient bencher over these next few weeks. Anyway, that's it for me. Keep checking in, more videos for you very soon.